Yeah, hey, y'all can hear the music.
Nah,
All right,
we
bye, bye, bye.
good. What's up, everybody? The collective is back, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what's going on, y'all.
Yes. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. We got my boy AD. What's up, AD? How you feeling today?
Pretty good. Having some a little interface with the connection right now, but we here strong. How about y'all?
Mhm.
Yeah, we cooling, we cooling.
Yeah, I'm
And
good,
my
man.
dog C, what's up, man? How you feeling today?
What's going on, man? I'm alive. I'm blessed. Another day, another idea. You know, one foot in front of the other. One foot.
Oh, watch
you
out.
already know going up the ladder. One foot in front of the other. You know, keep that keep that ball rolling. Uh-huh. I think you muted, bro.
You right. Yeah, no, I said I know you didn't you just have a match this past weekend?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Touch on it.
It was he's saying cookie. Mm-hmm. He's saying cookie. The match was good, man. It was a good bump. Good, good energy. Lots of people came out, show love, support on both sides. It was a lot of I can say it was a lot of promotion towards the fight for real. It was a lot of attention. It was a big crowd. My opponent, he put in work. We got some good bumping. Um, we both threw some, landed some. We definitely put on a show for the people that came out and supported. It was cool, man. Like it was a good look, and then this was really like for for this was like his first like bump for real, like his real first match for real. So it was like real good experience for me and him. Like I said, like I know what I need to work on. He probably know coming out what he need to work on and stuff like that. And yeah. And then me personally, I was the shorter fighter. I was the shorter opponent. So I'm like I said, I know what to work on, how to do what I do, the focus on the goals, everything. So it was cool. And I'm looking forward to you know the summer and the future and just the rest of the year in general. So
No,
I guess
yeah, that's dope.
I is what I needed to get a little action and a little adrenaline, a little energy off. So
I hear that. I get enough of that through life. Um, it's like yeah. No, that's dope though. Glad you got that off. Glad y'all had the the tension on it, and had people pushing it and the promotion and all that
yeah,
momentum.
look out for the link too. Once it's up, I'll send it to y'all. I'll definitely be posting the stuff. So I can't wait for the actual footage to be up and ready and everything. So yeah,
I feel that. That's dope.
That's what's up,
but
man.
he's doing more. One more. That's
Yeah, but kind of as you mentioned, you you had that match, you got that out the way, and
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Got that dub.
so on to the next, right?
Yes, sir. Got that
Yeah, we
dub.
gotta keep it pushing. I think that leads leads well into our first topic, not living for the highs. Um, and yeah, this came to mind just in the sense
I'm trying to see where I put my.
um, I work with a lot of people in you know in this creative space
Hmm.
um, in a lot of different areas, and I see that the you know one thing that holds a lot of people back is the lack of having you know a strong foundation you know to depend on and you know to keep things pushing. You know, a lot of people don't necessarily have the support that they need in order to you know accomplish everything that they want to do in the moment. And I mean, I think that's the case for any artist, any creative, you know, any entrepreneur. I don't think anybody has everything that they want, you know, in the palm of their hands at any given time. At the same time, it's you know, it's always about pushing forward and you know, just continuing to work and build that foundation so it is strong enough to carry you through whatever. Um, yeah, just you know, um, that and in the sense of kind of another point is
Hmm.
you know people moving off of due to the fact that people may not necessarily have all the support that they need to accomplish what they want. Um, you know, they move off of emotions, and you know, they react in a sense, you know, and don't think about you know the consequences to um, you know to moving just in any kind of haphazard way. Um, yeah, just any initial thoughts on what I said.
No, I 100% agree. And first, I want to just talk about the point and where you had got into where a lot of people don't have the things that they need, or they
Mm-hmm.
wasn't as fortunate, or maybe
Mm-hmm.
they just can't get it at the time, and that actually creates the room for growth. Because for me, I've been working on a particular project, and I don't have all the tools I have, but for me to make up for that, I go out of my way to learn and what I can provide myself or what I can do, or just even learn what to do at that time being not having that certain thing. But also, I think it's just also about having true patience. But I think about what we misunderstand about patience. We think about being able to just wait and just see what happens. But really, when we look into the essence
Right.
of
Mm-hmm.
patience, it's about understanding the quality of being of the willing to bear adversity. You know what I'm saying? Like understand common endurance of misfortune, suffering. So if we realize that's what people mean by being patient,
Mm-hmm.
understand how to deal with that storm that you're going through, or the adversity, you realize, oh, this is the part for me where I adapt, where I grow.
Right. Right. Mm-hmm.
So I just want to add on to
Adapting
that
to
point.
your situation.
You said what, bro?
No, I was just agreeing with you. Really, like when you said adapt. I mean, really everything you're saying. Just but yeah, like adapting to your situation and whatever your you know what your reality looks like at that specific moment. But just bouncing off in a general sense, um, going back to the whole patience thing. You know, patience still needs work ethic. The patience and the adapting and the work ethic. All it all ties together. And you still gotta figure some out and make it work the best of your ability. Or even back to what Elijah was saying about like the emotional intelligence and the just moving off emotion and how you feel and stuff like that. And I know, like, a lot of us, if not all of us, have been there, done that. And this, you as you learn, as you get older, you learn like that's it's it's just most times that's usually like you know a bad outcome. It's a domino effect. So it's like I feel like being patient also comes with like taking your time and thinking things through, not moving with your feelings or your emotions. Like, especially if, case scenario is you gotta do some quick thinking or quick decisions. Like, let's not go based off like how I feel right now, because I feel pretty bad about what's going on right now. So let's actually sit down and think it through for a minute.
Yeah. No, that's definitely an important point to make. Um, and when we speak on patience, this is coming from somebody who has, I can say for myself, I know I have that work ethic. Like I wake up at 4:30 every, five days a week, uh, 6 o'clock on Saturdays to take care of my business and do what I got to do. Um, so yeah, like I'm not saying, when we speak on these matters, never talking about not handling your business, not getting out there and doing, all the things that you have to do. Um, the point is ensuring that you're, putting yourself in the best position, best state of mind to be making the best decisions for yourself. And again, not rushing, and making, irrational emotional decisions for sure. It's important to yeah, ensuring that you're being your best self in all cases, all scenarios. So, yeah, let's do this right quick. Let's share my screen. Yeah, so honestly, I kind of meant to show this at the beginning of the topic, but yeah, let's just go ahead and do it now.
Tasked with creating a home. The first builder, two builders were tasked with creating a home. The first builder worked quickly, cutting corners to finish fast. The house looked perfect on the outside, but its foundation was weak. The second builder took time, laying a solid foundation, even when progress seemed slow. Years later, a storm hit. The first builder's house collapsed, while the second stood firm. The difference? The foundation. The key to success is the foundation you build. Rushing for quick wins might seem rewarding, but lasting success requires patience, planning, and consistency. Build your skills, relationships, and knowledge carefully. They are the foundation for your achievements. True success isn't just built fast, it's built to last. Focus on your foundation. Two builders were tasked.
That's real. That's very real. That's very real. And it's and you can compare it to a lot of day to day, either personal or just like what you may see out and about on social media for real. Especially I feel social media, a lot of people see you know whether the entrepreneurs or the influencers or stuff like, or just people that's made it in general and think it's a quick overnight easy process, which you know maybe maybe like 1 2 times out of 10 maybe it is like you did come from you know resources or have some type of foundation around where you can do that or have that, but 9 times out of 10 it's a not 9 times out of 10 it's a process, 9 times
Yeah,
out of 10
for sure.
you
No,
gotta do a
it's
lot of
definitely a
work.
process.
Yeah.
Definitely a process, and it's something that, like, it's every day. It's ensuring that you are focusing on the things that matter every day, and presenting yourself, in order to do that, and not just you know not doing things for the sake of doing things, but making sure you always attach things to your purpose.
100%. To really, right, to really like to benefit to like what we're all saying, but to like to put it into your own like footwork and footsteps, right, is really building a system. And that is something that's going to be working for everything and anything that you do, because in order for your foundation to stay strong, whether it's a garden, whatever, you have to make sure you have a system that's uplifting that foundation, but a lot also allowing growth at the same time.
Right, because um foundation means everything for real. Because you can I really love how they use the house for example, like put that scenario, cause that's like a prime example for it. Like, and that sounds serious if you think about it. Like you don't, get that soil right. You don't get it sturdy and get the floor and everything together. Like that house coming down. Like it
Mhm.
may stay up for. Hold on, I got you. It may stay up for few years or whatever, but that joint coming down after a while.
Most definitely. Yeah. So, make sure you're focusing on what matters. Because, like we said, the title of this topic is not living for the highs. Like, no matter what you got going on, you know, whether you out here looking like you winning, successful, or hey, or not, it's like it's not about that. It's about understanding, like, tomorrow is gonna come. Are you building something that's gonna last? For you and the people that you care about. Are you building something that's gonna be able to take care of yourself, or it's gonna be able to leave you with a legacy? Um, yeah, again, it's not living for the highs or the lows. It's making sure that you're sturdy out here, and kind of building something that's immovable.
Mhm. 100%, bro. I think that high that you feel like you're looking for, or you want to know what that high is just the experience, being able to experience it all. Whatever you choose, whatever you want to go through, it's your experience that is your fruit. You know what I'm saying? That's your reward to be able to do. So reaping that.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Cause
Just
you
keep
can
living.
you can really you can really to just
Man, gone for a second. He'll be back. Yeah. Let's go ahead and go get into the next topic. You there, D?
All right, let's do it all.
All right, but So we got another video.
The value of resourcefulness, right? And self-reliance. How do you apply that to the work that you do on a daily basis? How do you?
Well, I think there are a lot of entrepreneurs and people pursuing dreams and passions in this time. You always the whole point of moving things forward is you run into problems, you run into failures, things don't work. You have to back up and try again. Each one of those times when you have a setback and you back up and you try again, you're using resourcefulness, you're using self-reliance, you're trying to invent your way out of the box. And I have tons of examples at Amazon where we've had to do this. We've failed so many times. I always think of us as a great place to fail because we're good at it.
The value of resourcefulness, right? And
The first thing that when he said that like just hit my head is like, the problems, they help you learn how to be resourceful, and that's what I mean by that experience. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the high. That's when you come into something and you finally get to engage in something new. Whether it's you probably solve the problem and you back here again, and you like, well, this happening now, but I sealed it up with this. Well, now you get to learn something stronger and better. I mean, hey, we was talking about hydration a minute ago, and I was talking about pink salt. Then bro introduced me to Celtic salt. See, now
There
we
you
just
go.
stepped into another level of elevation because we're trying to solve a problem. So
Oh,
we just
that's
learned how to be
that.
resourceful by just exchanging information from trial and error that we had in the past. Because he probably had pink Himalayan salt and realized he needs to step into this. So, I just wanted to use that example, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah, that was a dope example for sure. See you back. Dang, man, he came back by a hot millisecond. We're gonna get him right. We're gonna get him right. But yeah. I don't want this message to just to be tailored just for men. I think it's for anybody who's looking to grow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just want to connect with adults, all together and of any type. But yeah, you got to be resourceful. You like it just comes with with becoming of age, with growing up. Being a man, being a woman who has to step into their power, has to step into the role.
Right.
You have to, you can't be a boss, call yourself a boss if you're not able to give opportunities to others that you know they actually benefit from, in a sense. Yeah, you have to you have to be able to push forward. If you're somebody who's running a business, um, looking to start your own podcast, you're going to run into so many different roadblocks and just different issues. Just not even to do with those things that you're trying to push, just in your day to day life of just trying to keep your mind sane. Just everything that comes with that. On top of looking to be able to put effort into your creative endeavors. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the cost of what that does, the feeling of not being seen, or lack of support in certain periods of time. Um, just yeah, everything. Even just doing it on a consistent basis, just being able to have the energy, have that the resourcefulness of having energy, being able to have creative ideas and things to come up with, in order to push your narrative or whatever it is you're doing. um, all of those things, you have to have a team of people who can support you in areas that you're not an expert on, people to, share the things you're doing. So you're not just doing it in vain. People, you know, are being able to access your content and things like that. Every man, it takes a lot, and these are all things that you have to work on and build.
Mhm.
Again, based on that first topic of ensuring that you're always working on your foundation. Always working on having something to stand on. But yeah, being resourceful, yeah, being successful, it takes a lot.
It does, and it's and let's if we could think about this, it's like, you know, we try to like be perfect in all the things we do, but let's change our mindset and try to build perfection within our habits, because our habits, can change our life from the simple things we do, right? And then once we can execute perfection in our habits, let's build a system for the things that we have in our life that we want to grow in, whether it's our art, our sport, our job, our mind, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, one thing, and this is me not trying to flex or brag, but one thing always people always tell me is that like they be like, "How you so wise? Like, how do you know this stuff?" And I kind of sometimes be confused when they tell me that. Like sure I am my mom's like, "Wow, thanks," but sometimes I be so confused because I feel like I don't be really saying much. But in order to gain wisdom in your life, you have to look into the problems that you have in life. You have to look into the things that you deal with on a daily basis. And once you know, solve or, resolute within yourself, you gain wisdom. When you tune into yourself, you gain wisdom. So maybe people see that in me and they tell me that. But really I look to the most high and I look for myself within myself to find wisdom in order to solve the most problems in my life, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Cause
most definitely.
yeah,
It's really all you can do is look look within. Know your answers are gonna come to you. At the same time, you definitely need
right.
to connect yourself with something outside of yourself.
And I feel like that's the truest way you can be resourceful, because imagine if you could be with a team of people and you guys might not have an answer, but you're able to channel and gain that answer from within, and then being able to join within each other as a collective mind, you know, then you guys are moving as one consciousness, because we are the collective consciousness. So
No, for sure. Most definitely something to tap into. But yeah, no, we all are, have that ability to, in the sense that, we're special, we're unique, we all have our own specific talents and way to express ourselves.
right.
But, the point of that uniqueness is to bring something to others, to be able to be useful to the collective. And not useful for our own ego's sake, but again, what are we actually bringing to the table? Oh man, yeah, man. See, he having some issues. So,
Okay.
um, but be honest, man. Anything else you want to talk about?
Besides that, really just, you know, on the last thing is the system, for your foundation, really channeling that. Think about a system for where you can grow every day, whether it's some days you might be able to pour in 5%, but the goal is 1% better every day. But you can add more, 3 or 4 or 5 tenths, or just a better percentage than one some days, then you are excelling. So make sure your system provides that. And of course, tune into the collective. We'll have more coming for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Just be patient with us, because at the end of the day, we all work just like y'all work. And we appreciate you guys always tuning in to us. It means a lot. Of course, contact us. We have our panels below. Soon we'll have an email system where you guys can sign up and be tuned into all the new stuff that's coming out. But until then, Ashe, and thank you for always watching.
No, definitely. Yeah, just a short build off of what AD was saying. Give as much as you can. You know what I'm saying? Go as hard as you can. At the same time, it's important to know yourself and just understand that the goal is to be becoming closer to understanding yourself as best as possible. Whether you want to call that self improvement, whether you want to call that just being spiritual, whatever it is. We say 1% every day. Just make sure you're improving. Just make sure you're putting, one foot forward every day. So yeah, if you can give 100%, give 100%. If all you guys 1%, whatever. Make sure you just give what you can. And yeah, let's just like AD said, we definitely got some things that we're going to be working on behind the scenes that we look forward to presenting to y'all. I don't want to speak on anything till things are ready. But yeah, I appreciate everybody for tuning in, and just definitely all love. Much appreciate everybody's support in any type of way, any form of fashion. Yeah, catch y'all next week. Peace.